Hello and welcome to another episode of Talking Politics on the Hindus YouTube channel. This is a show, as you know, which goes behind the headlines of stories making the news in domestic politics. I'm Nistula Hebbar, political editor of The Hindu and your host for this show. This week, we will be going to my home state of Karnataka, where the Karnataka Congress seems to have tied itself up in knots after the state cabinet accepted the socio-economic and educational survey report, which is also known as the caste census. As always, we will go back to the stories so far. We will try and recount how we got to the point where we are at now. So, after the Karnataka cabinet accepted the socio-economic and educational survey or the caste census report, the ruling Congress government and the party seems to be divided on caste lines, which is a little strange considering the fact that it was the previous Siddaramaiah government which had commissioned this report. It is a Congress project through and through, but ever since the report has been accepted and its findings have been made public, there has been a lot of pull and push among various caste groups within the Karnataka Congress and within the government, the state government itself. Now, given the role that caste plays in electoral politics, ministers and Congress MLAs belonging to the Veerashaiva Lingayat and Vokkaliga communities, these are the two big dominant castes in Karnataka, and they play a major role in Karnataka politics. Largely Vokkaliga support goes to the Congress, some of it to the JDS, and the Veerashaiva Lingayats and the larger Lingayat community has usually gone with the BJP, but in the last elections they did shift to the Congress. So both these big dominant communities have started issuing statements questioning the scientific basis of the voluminous report. Now, many have even disputed the population figures of the report and called for fresh surveys. This is kind of reminiscent of what happened in Bihar when that caste survey report came out. A lot of people came out saying we were never counted, and how can this be called as caste census if we were not counted, and our community has been largely underrepresented in this count, etc., etc. Now, though Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who belongs to the Kuruva, the shepherd community, he is himself an OBC leader, defended the report, a few of his cabinet colleagues are believed to have distanced themselves from the findings of the report. Caste-wise meetings of legislators were being held to ascertain views on the issue, with a fair bit of political management thrown in. While Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee Chief and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar held a meeting of MLAs belonging to the Vokkaliga community on Tuesday, he is one of the big leaders from the Vokkaliga community. Shamanur Shivashankarappa, the All India Veerashaiva Mahasabha President and Congress MLA, also kind of gathered together a group of legislators and others, and has decided to hold a lot of meetings. They're likely to happen on Friday, the date that we are recording this video, because of the Karnataka cabinet had held an important cabinet meeting just to discuss the caste census on Thursday. Mr. Shivashankarappa has already opposed the report. The community has, this is the Veerashaiva Lingayat community, has 56 legislators belonging to both the ruling Congress and the opposition. And Transport Minister Ramalinga Reddy, who belongs to the Reddy community, on Tuesday said that he had already held a meeting and called another meeting of his community leaders on Saturday to verify the data. And and he also said that district-wise data should be verified. If any lapses are found in the report, he said the government should be urged to correct it. Basavaraju V. Shivaganga, who is the Channagiri MLA, he has stated that the caste census conducted a decade ago, it is quite confusing, and the survey mentioned that there are 67,000 people belonging to the Sadaras, a subsect in the Veerashaiva Lingayat community. There are about 60,000 Sadara Lingayats in the Channagiri Assembly constituency alone, he has claimed. Like in Bihar, this is exactly what had happened. A lot of people said we were never counted. We have been largely underrepresented and undercounted in this census. So when all of this started happening, this is not a good thing. There were also legislators, there was caste groupings happening across party lines. So Chief Minister Siddaramaiah decided that he would call a meeting of the state cabinet on Thursday, at which it was decided that they would be meeting again on May 2nd because it ended without any consensus or any kind of an agreement on the report. Ministers in the state cabinet said that written appraisals of the report would be submitted to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah even if they were dissent notes. This was an idea floated by Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar. H.K. Patil, who's the Law and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, under whose remit all of this comes, said that the discussion remained incomplete, but that it was cordial. He said that ministers felt that more details were needed to be discussed and arrive at a decision. And they have sought details on population and backwardness, etc., from the government on this. According to sources, and these are stories that have been carried quite extensively in the Hindu by our colleagues working for the Bengaluru edition of the Hindu. They have reported that according to their sources, it was felt that the findings in the report should be disseminated to the public so that there will be an understanding on how the survey has been conducted, what is the scientific methodology, etc. And when asked as to how many more cabinet meetings would it require to arrive at a final decision with regard to the survey and what to do with it, a minister said that if the ministers continue to interact on the subject over the next fortnight, a decision would be arrived at the next cabinet meeting on this issue, which was, as I said, scheduled for May 2nd. When asked if the decision on collecting only population data again or the removal of exemption of creamy layer policy for category 1 had been discussed, Mr. H.K. Patil said that we have not arrived at that stage yet. Discussion was only around the process of the collection of data and the parameters. Now, the Congress road to power. This is me giving you some sort of a background as to why this sort of a controversy has blown up about this report. Now, the Congress road to power in 2023 with the support of both the Veerashaiva Lingayat and the Vokkaliga communities, as I said. Out of the 137 Congress MLAs, the dominant castes have 60 legislators, while the Veerashaiva Lingayat community has 37 MLAs, including Lingayat, Raddi, and the Vokkaliga community has 23 MLAs. The OBC category, which is largely owes support to Mr. Siddaramaiah, is represented by 21 MLAs, including 8 belonging to Mr. Siddaramaiah's own Kuruba community. While there are 23 MLAs from the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, 23 MLAs from the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes are represented by 14 MLAs. The Muslim community has 10 MLAs. So this is the breakup of the ruling party's legislature party. Now, the Karnataka's caste survey has been a trigger point over a larger mulling of the whole idea within the Congress itself. Now, while nobody has openly dared to challenge the issue within the Congress, since party leader Rahul Gandhi has been espousing the cross across the country, has been talking about it repeatedly, and this issue also found some sort of attraction during the Lok Sabha polls of 2024, where the Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai and backward communities mobilization against the BJP was seen in certain pockets and resulted in the BJP getting 240 seats and the Congress getting 99 plus 100 seats. But all of this had happened, but even then there are murmurs now over the advisability of this particular caste survey to be out. Now, there are some who very strongly believe within the Congress that the Congress cannot allow the BJP to fully appropriate the upper castes. Their argument being that historically, Brahmins, Dalits, and the minority communities, especially the Muslims, form the core of Congress's social coalition, and that the party needs to get back these social groups into the Congress fold because because of the politics of the late 1980s and 1990s, which saw these communities go away. Using the same logic, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the people who support the idea of a caste census say that Congress lost out to regional parties in that phase in post 1991 because they could not navigate OBC politics. So the same phase of Indian politics is being used within the Congress to argue for and against this survey and its implications. Now, in closed door meetings, it's being said that senior leaders like Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari, Shashi Tharoor, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had cautioned the party that aspirational India may view this harping on the need for a caste system as a way of fragmenting society further and creating more divide and complicated quotas for jobs and education. Some sections are saying privately that emphasis should be paid on the view that reservations and caste quotas will not be at the cost of forward caste. Basically, they're saying that, okay, we can go through with all of this, but there has to be some sort of a reassurance given to the forward communities or those outside of the remit of reservations that their share of the pie will not be reduced. Now, the question of the caste census is not just about enumeration or just counting heads. It is connected to benefits and welfare and reservations. And it's always a touchy subject and one that could unsettle established privileges of the old system, which is why you have a lot of the older dominant communities who have been beneficiaries of reservations in the past, talking about it like the Lingayats and the Vokkalega communities in Karnataka. In such a scenario, it is very much a political hot potato. And how the Karnataka government and the Karnataka Congress handles it will be a template for the party nationally. We will revisit the story once the needle moves further on it. But for now, this is where I leave you with regard to this issue. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next week.